Hey there, welcome back to the Sydney Brown, the Memoir Mastermind, Writing and Publishing for Beginners. So today we're tackling another question that writers often ponder. Do I need to be on social media? Uh, Short answer, yeah. but we're going to dig into it a little bit more and you know actually give you some reasons why. Uh, let's do first things first. If you're not already subscribed, please do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing my best to keep everything that I share free, and by liking and subscribing and commenting on the videos, you actually help me be able to give this content without cost. In doing that, let's go on and let's talk about, do you need a social media presence? So, social media has become a significant part of our daily lives. Some more than others, but pretty much everybody has something that they do with social media. And, so many authors wonder if maintaining a social media presence is actually necessary, like a special page or something like that for their writing careers. Whether you're traditional published or self-published, the answer is still going to be yes. But in this video, we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons of having a social media presence, and explore how social media can actually help you engage with your audience, promote your work, and enhance your writing career. So let's go ahead and dive right in to find out, is social media vital for you as a writer? Okay, and then we're going to start with the top 10 benefits of social media presence for writers. The first one, number one, being connect with readers. That's your biggest benefit. In previous decades, authors knew they had fans because their books sold. And that's really, maybe they would have a fan club at some point, things like that. But now in the modern era with social media, you're able to connect with your readers directly. You're able to communicate with them, to share your work, to foster the sense of community and that relationship that we didn't have that opportunity before. So social media is a really big deal in advancing the ability for you to actually know who your fans are. Number two, you can promote your work. So when you use social media platforms, you can announce, upcoming releases. You can talk about upcoming events. You can, offer special promotions, give away, little teaser. You can do like a free book promotion, like an ebook or something. You can drive sales. You can do there's one author that I follow who she does these cute little commercials with her husband when she's launching a new book. And she does some steamy is what I'll call it. She does steamy books. And it's a cute little thing she does, and it really has made her a very big name in that genre. So you're able to get to know your readers, but more than anything, your readers are able to get to know you and your sense of humor and stuff. Number three, network with other writers and industry professionals. Social media offers you that opportunity to get to know other writers, all of the other people in the industry. It really is. There are so many writing communities and different groups out there where people are supporting each other and building each other up, offering feedback, different things like that. And there are groups out there where there are editors and agents, industry professionals. So by getting involved with multiple groups, not just one, but exposing yourself to multiple groups, you increase your chance of becoming more successful. Number 4, increase your online presence. Now, this is kind of what I started saying, but if you have a strong social media presence, it will help build your brand, build your following, and that visibility is crucial for promoting your work and connecting with readers. Number 5, share your updates and your insights. So when you have social media, you have your business page or even your personal profile page, you're able to share updates and your thoughts about something, personal experiences, appropriate, pictures. Maybe you don't want to include, minor children or something if you don't want your kids exposed to something, but just share your life. And some people, absolutely are fine with sharing their family as well. It should never be anything that you feel unsafe, and you should not share things that you're not comfortable with, is what I'm saying. But share those things with your following, because they are getting to know you. And when they know and like and trust you, there's more chance that they'll recommend you to their friends as well. And, when your next book comes out, there's a better chance that they'll buy that as well. Number 6, gather inspiration and ideas. Just by being on social media and just soaking up what's out there, you're able to, be inspired by others. Sometimes maybe a reader will say, oh, I loved the way you wrote this one story. I was hoping that you would have written it like this. And by that feedback, then you might be inspired to write a whole different story entirely with that type of an ending. So, there's all sorts of ways to gather inspiration for new projects, and use them kind of as writing prompts. These things help you grow as a writer, and it can definitely help you grow business-wise as well. Number 7, and I'm jumping the gun a little bit, I'm getting excited, but number 7, receive feedback. So when you share your work or your ideas, you could say, thinking of writing a book about a woman who is recently divorced, and she becomes, I'm just totally a horse trainer. I don't know. If you say that as an idea, then you could pose it as, what do you think if I did this? Then people will respond. If you ask them what they think, they will respond usually. So especially if they already follow you, and they might say, I don't understand why is she going to be a horse trainer? And then you could give some more clarification to that. And then with that information, you can start, and actual conversations with your fans. And that's a really great thing. That feedback that you get lets you understand the people who are already your fans, and you get to understand their preferences. You keep them as fans. And that's something that, again, we didn't have that opportunity in previous decades. Now, number 8, stay informed about industry news and trends. Now, you definitely want to follow, while you're on social media, follow the industry professionals, writing communities, and literary publications on social media. Stay up to date with what's going on, the latest trends and opportunities. Now, when you're following the trends, that what I mean to be specific is you want to follow that it's happening. You don't necessarily need to change what you're doing, but at least if you know that something seems to be like migrating over to this instead of that, then you can look at inside, and see, is this something that I want to do? Is this, like the whole world erupted with ChatGPT? Is that something you want to consider? So when you see what's trending, you at least are making the conscious and educated decision of jumping in with the other trendsetters, or do you want to just let that little wave go because you think that it's not going to stand the test of time, and you want to keep your focus going on more classic things? And then number 9, participate in writing challenges and events. I've had contests where I've actually put, writing prompts out, and I've invited people to just write me 250-word short stories, really, really short stories. And I love that because almost every day there would be, 10 to 30 people on a small following who would drop in, their submission. And, this was just a tiny little contest, but I would give out, $25 Amazon gift cards to the winners. And it's one of those things that you whether you're the one doing the contest or you're one of the people submitting your stuff for contests, either way, you're building attention and building your brand, and the writing challenges will help you hone your skills. Number 10, build a support system. So on social media, the world is open. No matter what size your town is, what size, your neighborhood is, you don't have to know, there are 3 writers in your town, and you don't have to know who they are, because the entire world is on the other side of your computer. Build a support system. Connect with other writers and readers through social media. Build relationships with them, find encouragement, and encourage them. Be what you want from others as well. Support each other through this writing journey. Whether you believe that social media is a good thing or the devil, if you're going to write, you should have some sort of a presence on social media. All right, let's move on. All right, Sydney Brown back again. Let's talk now about the top 10 tips for building a successful social media presence. So number 1 is choose the right platforms. Now, you may choose all of them, or you may just start with one and work your way out from there. Now, honestly, I would kind of recommend starting with 1, maybe 2, because you do need to be consistent, and it's important that you don't overwhelm yourself. If you're spending all of your time on social media, then you're not maybe writing. So, make sure that you understand what your priority is. But when you choose your platforms, choose the social media platform that aligns with your interests or with your categories, your genres that you write with, and where those people are. Maybe if you write about political things, maybe you need to start over there on Twitter. If you write about gardening or I don't know, fashion, then maybe Instagram or Pinterest. Find the right platform for what you're looking for. The general everybody would be Facebook. Pretty much Facebook is the one I think that everyone goes to. And then of course now TikTok is a real popular thing if you are okay with doing shorts and being either funny or somehow entertaining. But choose your platform and make a commitment to it. Because number 2 is about being consistent. You want to post regularly. I don't know if you know who Gary Vee is, but one of the things that I picked up from him when I saw him, I guess it's been a little over a year ago, but he really was posting about, really put out the content, and he was suggesting, the Reels and the TikTok, obviously, but he was saying, like 6 times a day And that's a lot. You know, not everyone can keep up that kind of a schedule, but if you can, then, you know, go all in. If you can't, it's more important that you're consistent, in my opinion, than if, you know, you just totally infiltrate the world with your posts, you know, but be active and make sure it still has value. So number 3, engage with your audience, respond to their comments and their messages. Mention them as you, like, if they say something on your post, then tag back to their name so that they know you've responded, and, you know, respond with something other than great, thanks, or something like that, because that's pretty empty. Give it a little bit more. Now, if you're not going to say something of value, at least emote back to their comment and let them know that you saw it and you appreciate it. But engage with them and foster that, you know, that sense of community. Number 4, share valuable content. You know, like I kind of said before, you don't want to just like dump all this stuff that you are willing to get rid of for free. That's not valuable, and you're not going to build a following if all you're giving is worthless content. Let it be stuff that's valuable enough that when someone reads it, they care enough to emote on your content. They might even share it with their friends on their profile. If it doesn't have value, you've kind of wasted your time. Just don't. You know, make sure that and you don't know until somebody reacts or doesn't react if it has value to your viewers. So all you can do at first is try. If you find that it doesn't get any responses in 24 hours, then maybe archive it and just take it out of view, because you want everything on your page to be getting some sort of communication. Number 5, use visuals. And it seems pretty obvious, yet a lot of people still don't do it. Even if all you're going to do is like put that colored background on a Facebook thing that you say, and it doesn't have an actual image, at least use that colored background, because as someone is scrolling, it's important that you catch their attention, because they're not scrolling slow. They're usually going pretty dang fast. So use the visuals, because that will catch their attention. If you do videos and stuff like that, it will definitely catch their attention a little bit better. You may or may not be comfortable sharing pictures of yourself, but it will get more. And that, I mean, I literally, I get so sick of seeing my own face, because I'm always sharing my videos and my pictures of myself. And it's not because I just love myself. It's because people want to see who you are. And when you are writing, you need to be the public face. You know, that's you, and you need to have a picture. Number 6, collaborate with other writers or other influencers. It's really important that you connect with other writers, influencers, industry professionals, collaborate on projects, do guest posts, interview others, tag each other. And by doing that, now don't, let me see how to say this. You don't want to be the person who tags 99 people that you barely know because you want to hijack their page. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's really, really ugly. And I personally, if anyone tags me that I don't even know, I instantly unfriend them. I untag myself. And sometimes if they've done it more than once, I may even report them. Now, usually I just live and let be, but if they are constantly doing it, then I unfriend them. Sometimes I'll block them, whatever you have to do, because that's a tactic of hijacking someone else's page. That's just not professional. Don't do that to other people. And, if they do it to you, you can either ask them to stop, or typically especially if I don't know them, I would just unfriend, because that's just a bad tactic. Don't do it. So then number 7, participate in relevant hashtags and groups that use the relevant hashtags, and join writing related groups or communities. Now, obviously, you want to be in as many writer based communities and groups as you can, but it doesn't have to be just readers and writers that you're in groups with. What do you write about? Whatever it is you write about, get into those groups about that topic. You want to be there with them. You don't want to spam them, but you want to get to know those people and be of value to them. But hashtags are fun. I think that I kind of thought they had stopped being popular, and then they seem like they've come back. So if you use hashtags, go for it. It doesn't hurt anything. It's kind of fun, and you can make them up. It doesn't have to be a certain hashtag. Make up your own. And when you see how many times it's used, most social media will tell you that. If it's been used millions of times, then it doesn't hurt for you to use it, but it doesn't necessarily help. Because the point is, sometimes when someone clicks on that hashtag, it takes you from post to post to post of anybody who did that. So if you have a certain like genre that you write for, or if you write nonfiction or coaching, you want to find hashtags that are relevant to you. And then you can also do the same thing and find other people to collaborate with who also use those hashtags. But more importantly is you want your post to be in the lineup for users who are looking for valuable content about that topic. And that's why you use a hashtag for sure. All right. Number 8, monitor your analytics. Now, if you're not used to analytics, it can be a little bit intimidating at first, but don't let it get to you. Just dig in and get familiarized with it. So you want to track your social media engagement, your growth, how many friend requests you're getting, how many friends you have, how many of those people are actually, you're talking to you, how many of them are liking or emoting your content. Get to know things like that. Now, number 9, be authentic. People know if you're being fake. So just don't. Now, if you talk like a sailor, you may want to clean that up a little bit, unless your ideal client also talks like a sailor. It's completely up to you how you choose to convey yourself. I swear. And it's kind of funny, because when I'm doing these videos, I do hold myself back a little bit. So I'm not 100% authentic in that. I probably, if I were just sitting here and there was no camera, I would probably drop an F-bomb or two during the course of conversation. But I know that that's not something that a lot of people are comfortable with. And I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I want them to get the content. I want them to benefit from it. So if that means that I tone down my language a little bit, then I do that. But otherwise, I am absolutely authentic. I don't do fake things. And what I say is usually, pretty straight, shooting from the hip. But if you're like that, people will pick up on it, and your vibe attracts your tribe. People say that for a reason. People will gravitate to you if they like you, if they're like you. And if they're not, or if they are not vibing with you, then that doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that they don't like you. It just means they may not feel a connection. So just make sure that when you do post, especially videos, that you're authentic, that you let people know who you are. And then number 10, stay up to date with platform changes. You want to keep yourself informed about the changes, updates to social media platforms. Adapt your strategies as needed to maximize and reach that maximum engagement. Some platforms change a lot, and some of them in the recent year have changed ownership. So when you stay aware of at least the basics. You don't have to know the details. You don't have to read every article. In fact, I would suggest you not waste your time on that, but just stay at a high level involved with what's going on. Because if you're writing for profit, then you do want to know, what's going on. How is this going to impact me and my business? That's just good business. All right, guys. So in conclusion, having social media is something that can offer numerous benefits to writers, from engaging with your audience, promoting your work, expanding your professional network, and enhancing your online visibility. But it is essential that you consider your personal goals, your preferences, and available resources when deciding whether or not you want to maintain a presence. Yes, you should be there. Yes, you should. I mean, without even a second thought, you should be there. You should have a author page. You should do something on social media and be available and visible. But it's up to you to decide at what level. And that's something that only you can decide. Now, if you believe that social media, it aligns with your goals and you're willing to invest the time, then I absolutely believe that this will help you grow your following if you work it. Just make sure that anything you do, you don't focus on you or your needs. Your users, your readers, your following, your fans, everybody out there, they need to know that you care about them and that your stories are written from your heart for them. And if they know and believe that, then you will build. So, if you build it, they will come. It's kind of like that, but you have to be authentic and you have to show up. All right, guys, make sure if you haven't yet that you subscribe. I love keeping all of this free, and you subscribing and liking helps me do that. I hope to see you in other videos, and I will catch you later.